ready to rumble.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of High School Volleyball on the IHSAA Sports Network, as tonight it is the Clinton Prairie Gophers with a record of 5-4 getting ready to take on the Sheridan Blackhawks, who are 11-8 and much improved from a season ago. Along with Gene Kesterson, I'm John Herrick. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Frankfort Eagles number 976. They are people helping people. Also by Day and Genda Funeral Home, proud supporters of high school athletics in Clinton and Carroll County. By Healthy Communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice. And by Mulberry Telecommunications, Mintel Fiber Services, offering the best gig in town. This is our pregame show brought to you by Day and Genda Funeral Home, putting family first. And our player to watch for tonight, Gene, we've got several to look at here, but really, it's got to be for Clinton Prairie, Evie Brooks. An incredible season for her so far, 184 assists, and she sets up everybody well.
I had the opportunity to talk to her before the game to Clinton Prairie. Her leadership and her calmness and confidence, and she's definitely a setter. She has a setter mentality.
And that is brought to you by the world-famous South Fork Restaurant, our player to watch. Look who is cooking for Clinton Prairie. Your officials for tonight's game, Barry Nickerson and Bill Westfall, sponsored by Aaron's Flooring, offering luxury vinyl plank, carpet installation, and more. Go to aaronsflooringllc.com for more information or call 765-601-4145 for a free quote. Our starting lineups are brought to you by Ardente Dental. Healthy smiles start here. For Sheridan, Meredith Krupp, who's the libero, Nova Cross, Trinity Parkin, Bethany Adams, Alexandria Pickard, and Kinsey Gardner, as that group is led by Melissa Jump as the head coach. For Prairie, it is Evie Brooks, Hailey Wilson, Isabel Schilling, Abby Swan, Katie Marcinko Chapman, and Bella White. They are led by Kathy Martin. And also keep your eye on Haven Wilson. She will be a senior. She's a senior who will be a factor in this match. Sheridan is in their dark jerseys with their red numbers and letters, and Clinton Prairie is in the white jerseys on your screen. We're getting down to some serious volleyball time, Gene. I mean, once you start getting into men's September, you're cranking it up, getting ready, because October is when things really heat up, and state finals aren't that far away.
Exactly. It's kind of like Greg Straw is going to be doing the draw with little ping pong balls pretty soon. Things are definitely heating up. It's interesting that if you look at Sheridan's records, they've played 19 matches, whereas on the other hand, Clinton Prairie's only played 9. That happens throughout the state. Some coaches I want to work with my players before we get into the heat of battle.
Yep, and we are underway now with Sheridan serving to start this one off. And, yeah, Sheridan, what an improvement from last year. They were 11-8 this year, and they were 6-19 a year ago. So
exactly.
Incredible improvement. And that one was hit down the line but out, so that gives the point to Sheridan to start this one off. The libero is out there as well. Actually, all right, my mistake. Clinton Prairie apparently is the team on the right. Sheridan is the team on the left. And Prairie is the one who starts off with the 2-0 lead. And interestingly enough, last year when these two teams played each other, as you take one more look at that last point, it was Clinton Prairie, Gene, winning this one in 3 sets over Sheridan, but yet Sheridan's also much improved.
Exactly. And in fact, Coach Martin, Clinton Prairie's coach, even gave some kudos to Coach Jump about how they're improved, and she's starting to work it, and the kids are starting to believe. So that's high school sports. Both coaches are talking positive about the programs.
Here's a look at that last Clinton Prairie point, which was won by Abby Swan. And good start for them. That might be a service error. Yeah, that was a little bit too far on that, so that ends the Clinton Prairie run at 3 and gives Sheridan their first points of the night. And Nova Cross serving for the Blackhawks. That one hit right to the libero, Haven Wilson. Both teams trying to settle into a rhythm. That one hit hard by Trinity Parkin, but it goes out, so Clinton Prairie gets the point.
Trinity Parkin is one of those special athletes. I mean, she leads the team in kills, reception, blocks, digs at 145.
And Haven Wilson, that goes from libero to libero. She ends up hitting it right to Meredith Krupp, who tried to keep it in front of her, but to no avail. And Prairie off to an excellent 5-1 start. Wilson again serving. She ends up getting it back here. And hit down the line and another kill for Abby Swan.
I remember watching her play, and I was here, and her sister, between she and her sister and her mom coaching, it was a family affair on the court.
How big is her family?
I don't know. I don't know if they have 6 players or not.
There you go. Well, still, though, always we have lots of families like that across Indiana.
I'm from a family of 10 kids, 9 girls, 1 boy. So.
Really?
Yes. My brother coached volleyball at Roncalli, and they won state. So.
I bet family dinners were interesting with you guys.
It was crowded.
It's crowded. I love that. Wilson hits it to the back line where Krupp was standing. And that one, well, Sheridan's trying to say it was tipped. Referee's talking about it, but they say no, it was not tipped. So point goes to the Gophers. One more look at it. Yep, I think that is the correct call. And I think we might be seeing an early timeout here from Sheridan. Oh, no, they changed the call. Okay, so they did say that it was reversed. So they did say it was tipped. So instead of it being 8-1, it is now 7-2.
And this is something I'm going to say. There's some coaches that have legal line people, like officials doing lines.
And maybe that could be the boost that Sheridan needs to ease themselves back into things. Krupp serves. Krupp's got, by the way, 16 kills on the season. But Clinton Prairie does get their 8th point of the match. Prairie coming off of a 3-0 loss to Tri-County and a loss before that to Frontier. Their last win was back on September 2nd. So it has been 11 days since the Gophers have won a match. Trying to reverse that trend. Point that time goes to Sheridan. Trinity Parkin coming up big.
I love this. Watch. She's going to thumb down, hits that line shot. Yes.
And Sheridan, by the way, 4-3 record, both home and away, and they're 3-2 on neutral sites. Parkin again sending it over. Might have put a little too much on that, and she did.
Again, and talking to other coaches, and Sheridan just needs to reduce their errors. Sometimes you just try too hard to hit that perfect line shot. Just get it over if you can't attack the third hit.
And that is a service error on Clinton Prairie.
Both teams just need to settle down. I mean, a lot of the points are not earned. They're just errors from the opposing team.
I feel like that's been happening a lot on both sides lately.
Absolutely.
This one is served by Valerie Adams for Sheridan. Set up there by Cross. And her teammate, Bethany Adams, able to get it over for the kill. And Sheridan a moment ago down 6. Now they've cut it to 3.
Again, nice shot. Reached nice and high. She hit nice and contact the ball nice and high.
Adams serves again, just barely gets it over. Wilson diving to get it. Teammates collide and run into each other on accident, giving the point to Clinton Prairie.
But hopefully they can settle down, at least with the service. Let's just, ball over and in 60% of the time. Right now, we're going instead of 80%, got to get this serve over.
Clinton Prairie able to get it over, and I believe we have a lift on Sheridan.
That is correct.
So
then her hands, forearms a little bit too long, hands a little bit too long.
Katie Marcinko Chapman, senior, serving for Clinton Prairie. So tip shot over by Adams. But Clinton Prairie recovers it, but unfortunately for them, they hit it out. And Sheridan gets the point.
Yes, just pull it a little bit too wide, crossed her body too much. And I love that the coach jump is up there, like the name sounds up there. Like almost like she's got a big wide block up there.
Serve from Adams, but unfortunately for her, right on the net for another service mistake.
I think when they settle down, we're going to see what both teams can do.
Prairie serves again. Alexandria Pickard there for it. Nice recovery there by Wilson. That is in. Just got it in before the white line. Clinton Prairie pushes their lead back to 6.
That was a great shot. Watch, reach, back row attack, and just hits that line. There's no one back in, that's zone 1 defensively, so there's no one back in 1. That was smart.
Meredith Krupp was sort of confused. She was thinking, do I go after it or let it go?
Go after it.
Always go after it, right?
Always go after it.
Evie Brooks sends it over, and point for Sheridan.
Again, hit the tape and went out of bounds. You can't attack the ball. Get it deep, but in the court.
Kenzie Gardner, the Sheridan server. And that one just out. Abby Swan, I think, upset. She thought, wait a second, might have room, did not.
Again, don't try to go for the sidelines when you don't have a perfect set. Or just get it in and let your defense stop the opponents.
Sheridan trying to make it 3 in a row, and they do. This has happened a couple of times here in set 1. They've trailed by 6, then they cut it to 3.
Remember, if you earn 3 points in a row 4 times, you can win 60% of the time.
Kenzie Gardner continues to serve for the Blackhawks. Battle at the net. Wilson tracks it down. Prairie able to get it back over. Wilson again, the libero, coming up big. Smacked there by Parkin. Easily the longest rally of set 1. At the net, point for Sheridan.
Again, reach high and hit back to zone 1 of the side, well, inside the sideline a little bit, but that whole side of the court was open. But that was fun.
It was.
Yes.
Very suspenseful as to how that one would turn out. Kenzie Gardner continues her successful run at server.
Yes.
Able to keep that alive, Prairie. My goodness. Seems like both teams are figuring each other out here a little bit, and unable to get that one over the net is Wilson. So Sheridan is within 1 now. This is 5 in a row.
The outside hitters need to hit the contact, in my opinion, contact the ball a little bit higher and attack zone 6, which is the middle back.
Parkin again, and that ends the 5-0 run, and that's kind of been the story. That is her, it's like the 4th time I think she's hit it out, and that gives Prairie new life.
See if they can go on a 3-point run or 4-point run.
And got it past her. The kill goes to Nova Cross. Sheridan gets it right back.
That's a great look. Watch this. Second ball contact. Let's just hit it left-handed. Where the setter was. That was great.
Got it right past Brooks, but then a service error. So it was a run for Clinton Prairie, then a run for Sheridan, and now the Gophers get it back with Haven Wilson to serve. Sent back over by Shelby Eaton, 5'9" junior. She comes off the bench and makes her presence known.
Tip to that corner. The blocker wasn't there. It was completely open along the net, right to the hitter's right side.
Meredith Krupp serves.
Oh, my.
And that one smashed in for a kill. And the one who got it done that time was Abby Swan for the Gophers.
That was wonderful. Watch. High hands. Boom. Nice follow through. Wrist follow through.
Krupp able to help her teammate out. Bethany Adams got it over. Prairie defense trying to step up, and they do exactly that. Katie Marcinko-Chapman with the kill.
That was very nice. Nice follow through. The team also had good coverage on that one, so both sides are improving as the match goes on.
They definitely are. This was a Clinton Prairie team that won this match last year, 3-0. But the big difference coming in, Sheridan, the amount of matches they've played, 10 more than Prairie.
And again, some coaches like to front load it. Other coaches like to get their kids in the gym and work on technique and everything, and then end load it where they play more matches.
Trinity Parkin serving. Now, even though Prairie won last year, they also beat them 2-1 in a set in a tournament this past weekend. And Prairie trying to repeat that tonight.
Actually, I think the coach told me, Coach Martin said it was at their tournament at Clinton Prairie, and it was close. The sets were close.
Well, set one is turning out the same way. And a service ace that time.
I think a big gym like that, there's air currents, Sean, and all of a sudden the ball's going to cross and just drop.
And looks like we have our first time out here of set one. And while they talk things over, we'll remind you that tonight's game is brought to you by Frankfort Eagles, number 976, serving the community since 1905 with over 900 members locally. Frankfort Eagles offering something for everyone. For more information on who they are and what they do, visit FOE.com or stop by Frankfort Eagles at 408 North Main Street in Frankfort. Also by Healthy Communities of Clinton County, the coalition is committed to reducing the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities, by decreasing stigma and encouraging policy, system, and environmental changes. The vision of Healthy Communities is to make the healthy choice the easy choice. For more information, visit healthyclintoncounty.org. Along with Gene Kesterson, I'm John Herrick. Set one between Clinton Prairie and Sheridan. Prairie at 5-4, Sheridan at 11-8. Prairie's led this set by as many as 6, and Sheridan's cut it to 1 since then, but Clinton Prairie's managed to come up with a response, and right out of the timeout, a service error gives it back to the Blackhawks.
Actually, every coach, you call a timeout, they miss their serve, you pat the head coach on the back.
Yeah, I will say volleyball is a sport I've learned where timeouts have huge momentum.
This sport is momentum.
Yeah.
If you can get in a roll, you get 3 or 4 points, it can change everything.
And both teams exchange points coming out of the timeout. And Katie Marcinko-Chapman drops back to serve for Clinton Prairie. Puts that left arm into it. Good play at the net by the Gophers. But a good find by Bethany Adams. Saw the hole in the defense and exploited it. Gives Sheridan the point.
Again, that's very smart. Watch. She knew it. Palm face that way. There's no one home. That was very smart.
And I think both players there for Clinton Prairie struggled to know Bella White and one of her teammates there ran into each other. After Sheridan lost to Prairie, they would go on to beat Taylor, and Irvington Prep and Carroll go on a 3-match winning streak. And however, though, they've lost 3 of their last 5. And Clinton Prairie gets a point right back. So we just keep trading on points here. And if you're Prairie, you don't mind that at all.
No, you just side out and you win.
Kept alive, or did they say no? That point there for Sheridan. Yep, 4 hits, so they couldn't get it over in 3 times.
It was a miscommunication. It was supposed to be a middle set. The middle went for a little quicker tempo. It was like a 2 or 3 set tempo, which means higher. So the ball dropped. So, again, you have to side out from here. You have to win by 2.
Kenzie Garner, remember when she was up, Sheridan won 5 points in a row, and they get that one there.
That was very nice.
Getting them back within 1.
Just active at the net, quick off her feet, snap the ball down. That was good.
Bella White really had no choice there. That one's going way out. Garner just dominates. I mean, her serving has not only been good for herself, but also for her teammates. Sheridan has a chance to take the lead for the first time in set one. And that goes out. Or was it tipped? No, it was not tipped. They say it goes out, and it is Sheridan with their first lead of the night.
Momentum. You got to love the sport. And they're smart on not to go after it. A lot of times when it's really that close, a lot of players to go chase a ball that's out of bounds.
Sheridan on a 6-1 run and make it 7-1. Credit Trinity Parkin for getting it done at the net. And I think Clinton Prairie wants a timeout. Yes, they do. And while they talk it over, we'll remind you that tonight's game is brought to you by Day and Ginda Funeral Home, where they believe in putting family first. As active members of the community, they know that when dealing with a loss, seeing a familiar face and being treated like family is important. Day and Ginda Funeral Home will serve your family in a unique and loving way and be the family you need. For more information about the services Day and Ginda Funeral Home offers, go to dayandginda.com. All right, Gene, how does Clinton Prairie bounce back out of this?
Focus on their first ball contact. They're not receiving serve. They're having trouble when they're attacked when Sheridan gets the ball over or attacks the ball. So it's got to be take or call timeout and pat the coach on the back.
Yep.
But basically, it's you got to receive serve.
Both times in this set, after one of the coaches called a timeout, the other team had a service error. Now Prairie tries to get going, and they just got it over the net there. Nova Cross was able to track it down. Parkin hits it over, but again, the Gophers right in position. Yes. Swan had it blocked at the net by Cross. Another long rally. Here we go. Buckle up. Parkin goes with the drop shot, but it was found out well by Prairie.
Yes.
And that was a kill to tie it up at 23. Remember, as Gene said, you got to win by 2.
Again, just she was attacking the ball instead of all the rolls and tips. Both teams are picking that up. You got to stay aggressive in attack.
Abby Swan with the critical kill at the right time. But that one done well by Nova Cross. She comes right back and gets that deflection, and now it is set point for Sheridan.
That's her second time she's done that, and they've had no answer. I mean, she must be left-handed, obviously, and she's attacking well with the tight ball.
Nova Cross serves. Right to Wilson. And we are deadlocked at 24. My goodness.
I've seen a 38-36 match in college.
I
hadn't seen it, but I saw the results. They were like, what?
Haven Wilson will serve. The whole building at Clinton Prairie decides to get quiet, and she has the service error right there. Again, set point for Sheridan. Do they get it done, or does Clinton Prairie extend it? Meredith Krupp, the libero.
She's done well serving, so I'm sure it's going to go over.
It does. They were just able to get it over in 3 tries, and that was almost a desperation attempt that goes well. Abby Swan hit it over because it was the third one, and she just was like, we got to get it over somehow. My goodness.
Both teams are reacting at what the other teams are stopping, except that, Sheridan setter, left-handed attack. They got to stop something like that. Except she's back row, so she has to stay on the ground. Oh my God.
Hits the net. Boy, I think if Swan would have gotten it over, there was a hole in the defense where it might have gone through, but she hits the net. That would have been trouble for Sheridan.
Got to stay aggressive and jump and attack.
Parkin serves on set point. Krupp able to track it down. Hits it right to Cross. And Sheridan takes a very hard-fought set number 1, 27-25. One last look at it. The kill by Bethany Adams. And Sheridan takes the 1-0 lead. We have set 2 coming up when we come back on the ISC Sports Network.
Meet Henry. Henry is hip. Henry loves the new Mintel TV streaming app. And check out Helen with features like Cloud DVR, Restart and Look Back TV, Helen never misses her favorite shows. And this? Well, this is Bob. Bob can't contain his excitement for the new Mintel TV streaming app. Bob is proving that you actually can teach an old dog new tricks. What do you say, Bob? Does the Mintel TV app get a thumbs up? All right, Bobby-o. Mintel TV, the next generation of awesome, upgrade today.
Frankfort Eagles 976 has bingo every Wednesday night. Early birds beginning at 6 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 7 p.m. Packets are $25 and includes every game you need to play. They also have Saturday bingo the first Saturday of every month, with early birds starting at 4 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 5 p.m. Big game payouts each game with 3 to 4 chances to win different jackpot games each day. Great for individuals or groups because everyone enjoys winning lots of money. You must be 18 years or older to play.
Back here to start set number 2 and set 1. Boy, a lot to live up to as Sheridan won that one 27-25. I'm John Herrick along with Gene Kesterson, and tonight's broadcast brought to you in part by South Fork Restaurant. Dine in or carry out. The South Fork Restaurant is known for daily lunch and dinner specials, fresh, never frozen, whole catfish, hand-battered tenderloins, and award-winning onion rings. The kitchen is open Monday through Saturday from 11 to 8:30. Come join us, 105 South Glick Street in Mulberry, or visit southforkpub.com for the latest menu options. There's a look at the line so far. Both these teams played each other back on September 2nd, and Clinton Prairie won that one 2-1 in a tournament. Then Taylor won the next one against Sheridan. Sheridan then would go on and get something going there to get to 11-8, but, you know, they've lost 3 of 5, so they'd like to play a little bit better. But then you look at Clinton Prairie as well, coming off of that 19-13 season last year. They've lost 2 matches in a row, one to Frontier and one to Tri-County. Prior to that, they had a 3-match winning streak over Seeger, Sheridan, and Lafayette Jeff. So it's been kind of an interesting season for both teams. A lot of ups and a lot of downs on both sides as Bethany Adams gets things started and Clinton Prairie gets the point there.
There are a lot of teams, quality teams in Indiana that lost. If you lose 6 seniors, you're going to be in a rebuilding the next year.
And that goes down as a service ace, and set number 2 so far starts off with point number 2 for Clinton Prairie. This is how they started set 1. Remember, they went on a 6-1 start, and then Sheridan just slowly crept back in it and then eventually took the set. Parkin hits that one. Is it too far? Yes. Too far and out.
But one thing, the first ball contact for Sheridan, they're receiving serve better than they did at the beginning of the first set. So both teams are kind of settling in.
Kylie Wilson serves. Parkin there to connect on it. Parkin again. She just puts so much heat on that, Gene. It's so tough to contain.
Well, she does have 175 kills for the season. So.
Yep. Well, probably more than, I think, 180 at least now, because she definitely had a few in set 1.
And she's good. But one thing about volleyball, you go to the back row. You can't play front line and attack at the net in 6 rotations.
Point goes to Abby Swan. I think that one got deflected by Sheridan, but you probably heard the collective moan there from the Clinton Prairie fans in the audience.
Sheridan fans in the audience.
Yeah, or yeah.
That's okay.
Well, Wilson put a little too much there.
Okay, I'm going to say something, although the officials might get mad at me. The ball never lies.
It does not.
No. College, they have reviews so they can look and see. Except not all colleges have that yet. So.
Meredith Krupp serves for Sheridan. Big play at the net by Trinity Parkin again.
Oh, by the way, in blocks, she does have 10 blocks, and now she has a little bit more blocks for the season. She's a big block.
5'10" junior is Trinity Parkin. Krupp serves. Wilson able to be right there. And that one hit well, timed well by Katie Marcinko Chapman, completely fooled the Sheridan defense.
Again, one blocker up, that leaves a little campfire. And no one was there covering. That was very smart.
Hit across by Adams. Marcinko Chapman dumps it across, but Adams right there. Tipped over, but Krupp able to hit it to Adams. And on the back line waiting for it was Brooks.
Yes.
Parkin ends up letting Garner have it. And now Adams sends it across. Probably the
longest rally.
Yeah, I would say, well, right as we say that, though, Sheridan couldn't quite get it. Point for Clinton Prairie. The kill goes to Abby Swan.
I think it hit the block, tip off the block, and just kind of dropped. I'm calling it right now. I don't know if it happened, but that's what I'm calling.
Right. 6-3, Clinton Prairie. So Sheridan finds themselves in another hole early in this set. That one was rocketed by Abby Swan.
Again, both teams, instead of tipping, they're there. Keep swinging, swing hard.
Swan averages 5 kills a set this year. And Clinton Prairie with the last 2 points. Oh, Parkin saves the day there.
Ooh.
Does it get down? Yes. Wilson able to keep it in. Or did they change it?
Let's see.
Nope, they say point.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. They don't have reviews in high school, people,
Yep.
so we just have to, it's just 1 point.
Yep.
Play to 25.
Or more, as we learned from set 1.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Parkin got it off of Katie Marcinko Chapman.
He's kind of powered it through, kind of pushed through the block. But again, that's good volleyball.
Parkin serves. Right to the back line. Looked like Wilson and Brooks were trying to figure out whose it was. Parkin able to get it over. Wilson responds, but it hit the antenna. Point for Sheridan. And Parkin serves once more. Marcinko Chapman hits it right to Parkin, now tries to get it back, and Parkin, well, she got that one, but wasn't quite turned the direction she wanted to be, so Clinton Prairie gets the point.
Again, they're getting points when they attack the ball because the tip stuff, it worked earlier, it's not going to work now. This is Coach K just talking right now.
Brooks serves, barely gets it over, and that actually works in her favor.
That was a nice short serve.
Yep.
Cathedral, when the score is 22 or 20, no one calls short serve after that. If you do, the coach is at the end of the bench.
Timeout is called by Sheridan. While that happens, we'll remind you that tonight's game is brought to you by Aaron's Flooring, offering luxury vinyl plank, carpet installation, and more. Go to aaronsflooringllc.com for more information or call 765-601-4145 for a free quote. As well as Mulberry Telecommunications, let us be the first to welcome you to the Fiberhood. Mintel Fiber Optic Services offers super fast, reliable internet with gigabit speeds, streaming TV packages, and voice solutions. Sign up today at mintel.net, that's MINTEL.net, or call 765-296-2885 for more information. And Prairie back to serve, leading by 5. They led set 1 by as many as 6. Before Sheridan came from behind and got it done. Nice track down by Wilson. Hit over by Brooks right off the hands of Cross, and it almost looked like it was heading toward her face. Wouldn't work out well for her.
Put your hands up, you got to save your face.
Yep.
But look at that healthy swing. Look at the follow through. I think it pack her head.
It might have, yeah. Marcinko Chapman gets that done. That is 3 in a row now for the Gophers.
Again, she's just quick off her feet, saw the ball, and then found a hole. That was great. That was very good.
We talked about this last week, Gene, how important it is to win set 2 when you're down 1-0.
Just asked Stanford last night, so sorry.
Oh, that's true.
They got beat by Nebraska at home.
I feel like everybody's getting beat by Nebraska right now.
Except for Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Florida. No, Nebraska's very good. They have the best young talent in the country.
And, of course, if you're just following up on what's going on with women's volleyball, largest home attendance ever for a collegiate volleyball game.
For a women's event.
And, yeah.
That includes soccer, basketball, 92,000 plus.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for bringing that
up. Of course. I think
it.
it's something, and also I think volleyball is just an incredibly fast-growing sport.
It is the #1 team sport for girls in the United States. And boys, once they get all the numbers in, will be the fastest growing in the United States.
Valerie Adams serves, and Sheridan wins the point while she serves.
Well, they got some good, work at the net. They got some block balls and everything. So being a little bit more active, stopping the last contact over the net.
Adams serves again, right to Wilson. And, Krupp was in a tough spot where she had to retreat, only could get one hand on it, and Clinton Prairie now moves their lead to 7.
Here, watch. Deep corner are open for both sides because basically she's playing middle back, which means the corners are open.
Just think Sheridan is having the season they're having with just 2 seniors on their roster.
They're going to be good. Coach Jump is doing some wonderful things with the team. Whoa.
Krupp, way too much on that. That's 2 in a row now for Clinton Prairie to push their lead to 15-7.
Good thing that Bro's small because she did leave the ground and you're not allowed to tack the ball if it's higher than the net.
Marcinko Chapman serves for Clinton Prairie. Nope. Bethany Adams had the right idea, but sends it out. And Clinton Prairie with a chance to take a double-digit lead. Trying to get it to Brooks. Tipped up. Tried to be saved over by Cross. Couldn't get it. So Evie Brooks gets the kill. This is a double-digit lead now for Clinton Prairie at 17-7. And Sheridan has to call a much-needed timeout, which gives us a chance to thank Ardente Dental, who offers high-tech dentistry with a personal touch. Whether you're a brand new patient or you've been with them for years, they're here to serve you. Give them a call at 765-654-7222 or visit them online at ardentedental.com. Ardente Dental, we bring smiles to life. This is set number 2. The first one ended up going to Sheridan, 27-25 on a come-from-behind win. And if they're going to win this one, they've got to come from behind now because they trail 17-7. That was probably the world's fastest timeout. I mean, that timeout was so quick, and before you knew it, both teams are back out there.
Both teams are ready. Let's get going.
And that was a 4-0 run for Clinton Prairie that just got ended. Bethany Adams tries to get her team back in it. Wilson ends up hitting it backwards. Booted across by Bella White, but Sheridan saw it coming. Too much on it. And, Gene, is there something to that? I feel like they're hitting a lot of these balls well long and out here. Is there sort of reason for that?
They're getting underneath the ball. Mm-hmm. They need to keep the ball in front so they can see where they want it to go. You still contact the ball, but back here, it's going to go long.
Right.
And another thing is their follow through. There's some Clinton Prairie, they're following through almost to their hip, and that's causing the ball to go down.
Right idea by Parkin, but could not keep it in bounds.
But I like Parkin goes, that was mine. So she owned the error. I mean, that's a sign of a leader on the court. Actually a good player.
Yep. Clinton Prairie makes a sub here. Isabel Schilling. Now, actually, my mistake, Natalie King. And King just put a tad too much on it.
So one thing Sheridan can do is get momentum for set 3. set 3 is going to be instrumental in how the rest of the match goes.
Parkin gets it back, drops it over, and Wilson saw it right away and goes, oh no, I wish I got there in time.
I was just smart. Watch. Take something off, had to transition out, ball was set past the pen, found the hole.
Wilson is the one who gets it over. Popped up by Cross. In position was Pickard. Point for Clinton Prairie.
Okay, again, Sheridan fans are going, that could be on the line, but next point, got to go next point.
Clinton Prairie 5 points away from a set 2 win to tie us up. Make it 4.
Ball was a little tight. You'll see she'll have to try to wipe it off the hands. Go right here, try to wipe. Block was there, push the ball back to the court.
Serve again. Wilson tries to set up Swan. Swan again tries and puts a little too much zip on it.
But still, you want to stay aggressive. You know, so that goes in to 3. You don't want to start rolling and tipping any longer.
Claudia Headley, a 5'7" senior, is now serving for Sheridan. Both teams have really used their bench a lot. To Parkin. It's it right to Wilson. Now Krupp again receives it back. Parkin tries to get another kill, but Wilson denies her that opportunity. Wilson again all over the place. Parkin yet again goes with a softer shot this time, and it works.
And you can tell her arm swing, she didn't pull back and have the bow right here. Her elbow was a little low. She was going to go for the short stuff.
Bethany Adams with another chance to serve. The only freshman on this varsity roster for Sheridan.
But still, they're young.
Krupp in position. That one was sent over by Adams. And that one hit a tad too hard.
Cross cut is open, but again, you got to finish it. You got to pull your wrist through the ball.
Now we're at 3 in a row for Sheridan. You know they're not going to make it easy on Clinton Prairie. And a swing and a miss.
Hey, I'm going to say as a player and as a coach, having the ball come up from your right side deep into the court, that is so hard to attack it because you can't see the block. You know, balls like that, we pull the outside hitter off the net a little bit and let her swing it like 7 or 8 feet.
This is 4 in a row now for Sheridan, who were down by 11 a moment ago. Krupp has to go way back there, and to get it over on the 3rd try, Headley's able to do that. Wilson tries to finish this point off. A whistle. I think, do we have a net violation? Yep. Typically when you see it called like that and players around the net, you know it's a net violation.
And you can tell by her body language, like, oh no, I just did that.
Wilson. Oh, nice recovery by Sheridan. It was Shelby Eaton who tracked it down. Diving attempt made by Adams.
Oh, nice get.
Wilson hits it over again and is able to track that one down. Out. Yep. 6 in a row for Sheridan. Nova Cross continues to serve. Wonder if Clinton Prairie will use a timeout. It's available to them if they want to. I believe they made a substitution. And that was a much-needed point for the Gophers as Wilson comes up big.
If you notice, they were outside, so the ball was not trap set. It was off the net a bit. reached high. Look at the follow through all the way to her other hip.
Correction, I meant to say Swan. That was Abby Swan who got that one done as she approaches 150 kills on the season.
That's pretty good.
Yep, and this is the 10th Clinton Prairie game. And that one goes out. What a run here by Sheridan.
The coach saved it. Watch this. The ball's going, the player's going in. Coach is like, no, don't get hurt. No, thank you so much. But once the ball crosses the plane of the bleachers, it's a dead ball.
Untimely service error there from Meredith Krupp. Makes it a 6-point advantage now. Clinton Prairie makes a substitution.
But still, Sheridan has momentum. 1 point, it's not a momentum shift.
They just brought in Sophia Morera off the bench. Did Clinton Prairie. Brooks serves. Parkin she got the deflection at the net by Marcinko Chapman. That's what threw off the direction of the ball.
She was going hands. Look, elbow low. I'm just going to wipe it off your hands. Smart player, very smart player.
Parkin lets it fly. Krupp's got to get it over and does. Wilson setting up Swan, but Parkin waits on it. Parkin again to get it over and does. Drop shot made, well executed by Bethany Adams.
I think we've seen that before.
Yep. And for Adams, she averages about at least 1 kill a set. She's had a couple here in set 2. Sheridan has clawed their way back to within 4. Parkin. And that one, I think we had
under the net.
Under the net, yep. So twice in this set, Clinton Prairie's been called for net violations, and Sheridan is within 3. Parkin. And her teammates communicate. They say it was in, though. Everybody on Clinton Prairie was saying out, and it's a service ace for Trinity Parkin.
Okay, Clinton Prairie needs to be aggressive. Don't play games with the line.
Right.
Get a good first ball contact. Set the hitters off the net. I'm sure there's some discussion from the coach, maybe a sub, yes. Slow things down, that makes sense.
And Parkin now at more than 60 service aces.
Okay, she's good.
Parkin there to get that one down. Krupp has to get it over and does. And was that deflected? Yep, it was, and it's a point for Clinton Prairie. Now they are at set point.
Okay, finish it. If you're Clinton Prairie, serve over and in, make Sheridan earn the point.
Short shot, but Parkin able to track it down. And that is delivered well by Bethany Adams, her 3rd kill of set 2.
She's just hitting smart shots. Watch, she's going to pull across her body and hit that deep zone 1.
Can Sheridan go on another key run here? And it was off the fingertips of Bethany Adams, and the set 2 goes to Clinton Prairie. Sheridan made him earn it, though, and we are deadlocked at 1 with set 3 coming up when we return. You are watching high school volleyball on the ISC Sports Network.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Hey there, I'm Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
Derek, do you know what we do not have in common with Ted Lasso?
What's that, Jake?
We made it beyond 3 seasons.
Oh, we're going to make it like 30, 40, 50 seasons. As long as your heart holds out, that is. Query and Schultz every Tuesday night. You can watch it right here on the IHSAA Sports Network, on our YouTube channel, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, X, podcast, whatever it is. Just call it whatever you want.
Twitter doesn't exist.
Just make sure Tuesday nights, Query and Schultz, 7:30, all season long right here on the IHSAA Sports Network.
We outlasted Twitter.
We did.
Both teams getting ready for set number 3. We have had a very competitive match so far, with Sheridan taking the first one and Clinton Prairie taking the second one. Along with Gene Kesterson, I'm John Herrick with you on the IHSAA Sports Network. Tonight's game brought to you by Frankfort Eagles, number 976, serving the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, Frankfort Eagles offers something for everyone. For more information on who they are and what they do, visit FOE.com or stop by Frankfort Eagles at 408 North Main Street in Frankfort. Well, Gene, both teams have seen a lot of each other.
Yes.
We've seen some adjustments made and also some very good play on both sides.
Yes.
What do you think are keys to both teams coming out here in set 3?
Again, I'm going to still maintain your good first ball contact. Clinton Prairie needs to stay aggressive and attack the ball. I think if I'm Sheridan, I need to protect my deep corners, because if I'm coaching Clinton Prairie, we're going to attack deep line or deep in the court, and then go for the donut hole in the middle. So we're going to move them around a little bit. But it's a game of momentum. And every time there's a rotation on one side of the net, everything changes. It's all about, in my opinion, the matchups at the net and the service line if they're a really good server.
Well, Clinton Prairie has started with the lead in each of the first 2 sets, trying to keep that trend going here in set number 3, and it looks like they do it. And I think 2 out of those 3 times they've started with service aces.
Okay. Coach Martin, what are you doing in your practices?
Must be working.
Exactly.
Evie Brooks serves again. Marcinko Chapman able to fill the line. Abby Swan able to help out. Swan again. Got it right over that front line and drops down for the point.
And that was good. I mean, because they were back on defense a little bit. Okay, but if you're a defensive player, her elbow never went back to take a total swing. She was going to go for a placement shot.
Brooks again. It makes contact with the net, but it can do that, and nobody was there from Sheridan, so 3-0.
Now, John, it used to, if it hit the net, it was illegal.
Right.
And way back when, you used to be able to block the serve. Way back.
Well, that was right in the teeth of the defense, and Krupp, by the time she got there, the ball was already well on its way down. And ends up hitting it right at Nova Cross, going, what am I supposed to do with that? Cross this time tries to get it to Parkin, but Wilson able to figure it out. And Clinton Prairie, this is a 5-0 start for them. They had a 6-1 start in set 1.
But it was a first ball contact. It was perfect. And the setter, that was good, consistent, and the hitters are being smart.
And that one, unable to connect, is Nova Cross. Clinton Prairie with the point again.
I want to know what they do in practice so they start the matches, the set, excuse me.
Yeah, must be doing something right. Can they make it 7 in a row? Yes! My goodness. Didn't it used to be if it was 7 in a row, it was over right away? Or was it 11 in a row?
Actually, if you score 3 times, you have a 9, and collegiately, you have a 90% chance of winning the set.
Right. Sheridan trying to get back into this set here. Parkin able to find the right rhythm. She looked like she was going to go with a big swing, and then she fooled him.
Watch. Elbow never went back, and hand went straight up. There was never even a rotation. So if you're defense, you got to be calling tip, 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 tip. The back court needs to be calling that, and the bench as well.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Gene. How important is the bench in volleyball?
Oh, my gosh. Collegiately in club, you can stand, but because of some smaller gyms, you can't do that high school level. but they can see what's happening, and they should be communicating basically what might happen if they're good. If they're not good, then please be quiet.
And Swan able to drop it over, but hit back over by Valerie Adams of Sheridan. Marcinko Chapman to the back line where it's retrieved by Adams. Parkin again, put too much on it.
She was under the ball a little bit if you watch the replay, if you get a replay, but she's under the ball, and she hits the ball behind her too much. So that's going to go long, like we talked about earlier.
Haven Wilson, the server for Clinton Prairie. Chaos at the net from both teams, and Wilson just calmly boots it over. Parkin tries to send it back, and does, but it was out. This is a dominating start to set 3, and Sheridan needs to talk it over. They find themselves trailing 10-1. We want to thank our friends at Healthy Communities of Clinton County, where recovery is possible. If you or someone you love is struggling with addiction, be sure to reach out to Healthy Communities at 659-6063 or go to healthyclintoncounty.org for more information. Along with Gene Kesterson, I'm John Herrick. Our technical director tonight, Sean Walker. Big thanks to him as well. Another busy night for the ISC Sports Network crew. By the way, you can go back and watch any of our high school volleyball games we've brought you throughout the regular season on the ISC Sports Network app, or you can go to iscsportsnetwork.com and check out past games, upcoming matchups as well, and volleyball and all sorts of other sports. Of course, we're everywhere during the high school football season. Brooks comes over to get it. Swan tries to hit it and cannot quite get it to where it needs to be. Point for Sheridan.
I think the ball might have been a little too tight. Look at her footwork. Nope, that's on hitter. That was a nice set. The location, setting, it's location, location, location.
Meredith Krupp serves for Sheridan. They say it's out. So Sheridan gets the point.
That was good. That was really good timing. Just didn't finish the shots.
Seen just crazy runs here in these first couple of sets.
Welcome to volleyball.
Yep. Like seen some 6-0 runs, some 8-0 runs. Sheridan made a run that was serious enough that they almost came from an 11-point deficit down to win set 2, but Clinton Prairie able to hold them off to tie it up at 1. And Parkin hits it back. Krupp keeps it alive for Sheridan. Parkin again. Was it hit at the net? She seems to think it was, and they do say that. So it is now 3 in a row for the Blackhawks.
And watch the hands. Nice, and you see the deflection.
It changed the direction of the volleyball, giving Sheridan a much-needed point. This is a big Hoosier Heartland Conference battle as well. Prairie 1-0 in the conference. Sheridan at 3-1 in conference play, but again, they've played a lot more games. Parkin has it hit to her, tries to do something with it, but the libero Wilson right there to respond. Was that one tipped? They say it was not, just hit out of play. It's now 4 in a row for the Blackhawks.
Again, outside hit, all the hitters on both sides need to finish the shot. They need to follow through with the ball.
Keep in mind, it was 7-0 to start set 3 for Clinton Prairie. Dropped over by Eaton. Krupp near the sideline. And Parkin comes up with another key kill.
Very nice. Look how high, on the replay, you'll notice her elbow is way high, so her contact point is above the block.
Krupp again. What a job she's been doing. Her serve conversion percentage is around 88%. You're seeing why.
Yes. And look, it was short between two players.
Krupp again. I put the kiss of death on her right there.
My God.
Talking about how
That's all right. She'll be back.
Yep.
It's just 1 point. Again, both sides 25 or more points.
Right.
So it's just one.
Yeah, the first set, if you're just joining us, went 27-25 Sheridan. So, again, in volleyball, for those of you that don't know, got to win by 2 and a service ace, a key one for Clinton Prairie.
Unless it's JV or freshman.
Yep. And we did have a JV match right before this one.
I think she's a freshman.
And that was Ellie Brettnacher, who is serving for Clinton Prairie.
Watch the swing here. Boom. Finish. Did you see the arm?
Yep.
Pulled her hand through the ball.
And Trinity Parkin, right after she got the last point, she gives this point to Clinton Prairie.
You got to control your serves. Again, right now, if you're struggling with the serve, you have a serve that you know you can get over 60% of the time.
Right as Sheridan was making a run, Clinton Prairie has gotten 3 of the last 4 points, but Sheridan able to find what they need there.
Nice little hole. Again, they're playing defense. I don't think they have attacked line. The outside hitters have attacked line at all. So you could almost play short defense on the line.
Valerie Adams serves. Marcinko Chapman, though, says enough of that. It was like she knew where she wanted to go with the volleyball before she got it.
Well, absolutely. Good players can feel the game. Yes, she just felt the game. Because deep 1, which is back in the service zone area, you know where the serve comes from, except for right there. But
Marcinko Chapman, one of the 4 Clinton Prairie seniors, and Prairie extends their lead to 6.
Ball is a little tight for the setter. Try to get it over, just a little late getting to the ball.
Marcinko Chapman again. Got just enough to get it over the net. Diving play made by Adams to keep it alive. And Parkin was able to get one hand on it, tried to hit it to go forward, and it went backwards.
Again, sometimes in volleyball, you need the luck on your side. You know, because you just kind of hit it. If it doesn't contact your hand correctly, it's just going to go like that anywhere it wants.
It was 10-7. Clinton Prairie had seen their lead dwindle down to 3. But they have now got it to within 6. As Sheridan, though, has demonstrated they don't go quietly.
Okay, watch. Elbow a little bit higher, swing, hit the tape, which is top of the net, and then rolled over. So sometimes you just got to get a little lucky.
Bethany Adams serving for Sheridan. And Sheridan gets the luck on their side there as that one doesn't clear. Gives them the point.
I think they're just trying to go back row attack just to get it over.
Sheridan trying to make it 3 in a row. Not this time. As Clinton Prairie able to get that, and both teams make some substitutions. And looks like Isabel Schilling is in to serve. Comes up to get it, does Schilling. Another good rally going here. Swan tries to fool Sheridan, and she does. Or rather, that was Wilson who did it. Evie Brooks was the one that was serving on that last point for Clinton Prairie, so she serves again. And Clinton Prairie's increased their lead to 7, which is enough for Sheridan to call another timeout in this key third set. And while they do that, we'll remind you that tonight's game is brought to you by Day and Ginda Funeral Home, where they believe in putting family first. As active members of the community, they know that when dealing with a loss, seeing a familiar face and being treated like family is important. Day and Ginda Funeral Home will serve your family in a unique and loving way and be the family you need. For more information about the services Day and Ginda Funeral Home offers, go to dayandginda.com. 7-point advantage for Clinton Prairie. They've had that margin in their favor several times tonight, and they try to build on it now. And point for Sheridan that time. And they send back Kinsey Garner. Now, if you remember, Garner's been known for getting several points in a row when she serves. And Sheridan could use some of that now. Well, there's one. That one is sent out.
Got underneath the ball and just, you need to hit cross court if you're struggling right there. Oh, another ace.
And a service ace for Garner.
I think you spoke it into existence, John.
I don't know if I have that kind of power.
But those are nice serves.
She's now over 30 service aces on the season. And she serves at a 92% conversion rate. It's just whatever seems to happen whenever she's back there, Sheridan seems to pick it up.
Also, you have to keep in mind, she's back serving, but the front line of Sheridan's a little bit different too.
And Sheridan's won 4 of the last 6 points. Parkin hit it hard, but what do we have? Yeah, it looks like
a net violation.
Net violation on Clinton Prairie. Yep, somebody, yeah, you definitely saw a Clinton Prairie hand touch the net there, and after 5 in a row, service error.
You got to keep your serve. Once you put, if you're serving and you can put pressure and your team's scoring points, I almost have a lollipop underhand serve, and the kids know, they look at me and go, I can get it over, coach. Do it. In a loving, respectful way.
Parkin able to track it down, keep it in play for cross.
Oh my gosh.
And that one is converted by the Blackhawks, who are now within 2.
Okay, so communication in the backcourt needs a pickup for Clinton Prairie. There's other balls that have dropped, you know, and if it's our row, you take the first ball, whenever you can.
Cross serves, right to Wilson, hit by Swan, and Swan knew right where she needed to get it.
She's like, enough of this tipping. I'm just going to attack the ball.
I feel like that happens. The team that has been scored a lot on over a few points, you usually see a hard-hitting kill after that.
Yes. It's like, enough of this. Let's just go.
Wilson serves. So libero to libero there. And that time Sheridan not able to get it over in 3 hits.
Okay. Control it for 4 serves. If it's 20, our team gets a 20, your serve's over and in. Or you play left bench or right bench from then on.
See if Wilson decides to attack the back line again. Parkin able to get underneath it. And unable. Tough spot there. Cross really couldn't have done anything with it, even if she was able to get it.
That's way tough. When it's at the bottom of the net, it's just going to drop. And you have net violations and everything. That's tough.
And right when things were going well for Wilson, service error.
Okay, breathe in and out, coach. Breathe in and out.
I just know how much service errors drive you crazy.
If they're an aggressive serve, I mean, that's okay.
Meredith Krupp was serving for Sheridan. She has to go all the way back there to get it. And the rally continues. And popped up by Wilson. Swan tried to get it over, unsuccessful though.
And part of his location, communication with the setter. Swan was going a little bit quicker. All right. Put our seatbelts on.
And that one didn't go forward. It looked like she was trying to hit it forward, was Brooks, but.
Okay, body language for Clinton Prairie needs to, let's go. Okay, the setter's clapping. Let's go, we got this.
Clinton Prairie trying to get win number 6 on the season. Sheridan trying to go to a 12-8 in this big Hoosier Heartland Conference battle. What a play by Krupp to keep it in play. Now she has to hit it over and does. Swan, right there waiting for it was Adams. Another point for Sheridan. This is feeling a little bit like set 1, where Prairie had a big lead and Sheridan came back and ended up winning a 27-25 thriller.
It's going to be exciting. High school volleyball.
Sheridan's won 4 of the last 5 points. And that one goes out to tie it up. And we've got another timeout here called by Clinton Prairie. So just to give you an idea, 5 of the last 6 points have won by Sheridan. Clinton Prairie started off this set 7-0. They had the first 7 points, and then they pushed their lead back to 7 at 16-9. And since then, they have been outscored 13-6. So you mentioned, Gene, the body language for Clinton Prairie, not the greatest, and you also think they got to talk a little bit more. You think they've been talking better?
Absolutely. They need to communicate. And you communicate with your body language. You open up, and that other person knows. So it's in or out, it's short or deep, in or out, mine. But you also open up who you think is going to call the ball.
And Krupp, was that contacted? I don't know. They're saying it was not. Let's
see.
I think she swung and missed at it.
Okay.
And right away you could tell she was like, oh no, I didn't mean to. Wow. And that is the difference between a service ace and a service error.
2 serves over the net in a row, Clinton Prairie. Yes.
Popped up by Headley. And Parkin has it hit right back to her, but is able to get it back. Brooks, but right to Parkin. And key point there by Marcinko Chapman. It's like sometimes you don't hear from her in a while, then she comes up and gets a key kill.
Yes, watch. I'm going to find the hole, and there it goes to the bro.
Set point for the Gophers against the Blackhawks. Parkin, but Swan was right there. Swan gets it back, tries to get the kill, and does, and that takes care of set 3. So Clinton Prairie wins it by 3, 25-22. That's how they've won both set 2 and 3 by that same score. And set number 4 comes up when we come back as Sheridan tries to stay alive. You're watching high school volleyball on the ISC Sports Network.
Frankfort Eagles 976, serving with the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, Frankfort Eagles offers something for everyone. Golf leagues, bingo, concerts, kid parties, cookouts, and more. For more information on who we are and what we do, visit FOE.com or stop by Frankfort Eagles at 408 North Main Street, Frankfort, Indiana.
I brought you a present. A book.
Follow the adventures of the Ardente Dental team as they fight cavities, gum disease, and create beautiful, healthy smiles.
Inconceivable. Hello, my name is Dr. Snyder. You cause cavities. Prepare to die. Inconceivable. To make your smile look straight and fine, our braces per month are just $1.99. Inconceivable.
You keep using that word, I do not think it means what you think it means.
Have fun at Ardente Dental.
Many communities in rural America are often overlooked as underserved. These communities are being left behind due to lack of internet and access to state-of-the-art technology. That's why Mulberry Telecommunications provides rural broadband services and technology and is growing their presence in north central Indiana. Because every community deserves infrastructure and beyond. To learn more, contact us today.
Still on his feet! Stevens lunges! Are you kidding me? Champions of Marion County! Unbelievable! Touchdown! Living up to that last name. Wabash has the lead for the first time today. So that was going to be a highlight reel. Oh, baby. Yeah, you can celebrate after that.
A pivotal set number 4 coming up. Clinton Prairie leading it 2-1. I'm John Herrick, along with Gene Kesterson. Gene, I think the start of set 4 is going to be pretty important. Clinton Prairie has won the big battle to start off each set. Sheridan's had to come from behind every time. Sheridan's got to be thinking, when are we going to start with this one?
And they start with the service, so with a great server. So hoping she can maintain that speed serve that she has.
Yep, that's the libero, Meredith Krupp. Clinton Prairie's won the first point in every set so far until now. So if Sheridan wins, we go to a pivotal set 5. If Clinton Prairie wins, they take the match.
Gotta love that.
Yep, that's what it comes down to.
It's you just don't know.
Krupp hits it over. Wilson did a good job tracking it down as a libero. Boy, both liberos tonight been very busy.
Yes.
And that one not able to get over from Parkin. Normally, Parkin knows what rhythm to hit the ball with, and that didn't go her way.
No, she's trying to place the shot. She scores better when she's aggressive.
Brooks serving. Krupp tracking it down. And, well, miscommunication there. I wonder if Kinsey Gardner thought somebody would be behind her.
It looks as if she did, but again, that's that, like you said, that could have been a bench. It's called go, go, go.
Right.
Call out first name, go, number, whatever.
Kept alive by Cross. Parkin sends it over. Krupp moves up to get it. Parkin finds it. I mean, I think if that wasn't hit, she was probably going to have a kill anyway. She had all the momentum there.
Yes, it was like, no, enough of this tipping. Elbow, look, her elbow was back. Quick snap through the ball. Yes, I think she was tired of tipping.
Yep, and now she gets to serve here. And we got a point there. Lift call on Sheridan.
I believe they might call a replay on that. Since it's the first contact, you can have they're not going to call the double on a first contact.
No, okay. Yeah,
So just a replay.
Right.
What other sport? Redo.
They call that one in. It was very close. And Parkin's had a few that have gone just a little bit far out, but this one lands right in.
Okay, she's attacking the ball. She's serving deep with speed. I think she's a little irritated.
Yep.
Irritated, I mean, excited about playing.
Mm-hmm. Wilson's got to get this over on the third one and does, but right to Parkin. Swan ends up hitting it right to Parkin. Krupp chases it down, sets up Adams, and what do we have? Point for Sheridan.
Yeah, her forearm, her platform is facing the curtain. So if you look, there's the ball facing that way. You need to get your platform around the ball and bring it back to the court.
And Sheridan has extended their lead now to 5-2.
6.
And make it 6-2. Well, easily the best set they've had so far to start any one of them.
Well, it shows that they're not going to give up. I mean, they battled back in all the sets, and they're battling right now like we're not done yet.
And that was the case earlier this month when these two teams played, and it was Prairie winning 2-1. But again, typically in tournaments, you don't play best of 5, you play best of 3.
And that's right. That's so you can play 4 opponents, and so you can get game film on 4 opponents and see what they have. That's a nice block.
Yep.
That's a very nice block.
Marcinko Chapman getting it done at the net there. Wilson serves.
Yes.
And Abby Swan gets that. I think Sheridan fans want a net violation. They don't get it.
I think it might have been the ball because the ball didn't clear the net that high when she attacked it.
Parkin calls for it and knocks it over. Marcinko Chapman delivers. Swan. Boy, it feels like she hits a missile and it's tough to track it down. Swan again. That is out. Point for the Blackhawks.
But the line was open. The deep line was open. There was no one home. Just got to finish the stroke.
Valerie Adams is the Sheridan server. And that one, Wilson tried to hit it and just make a play on it, and she hit it in that tough spot at the at the net, Gene, where we talked about.
Yeah,
it's tough.
If it hits the top of the net hard, it's going to bounce back. If it hits the bottom of the net, yeah, good luck. Nice
Deflected,
shot.
and the point goes to Clinton Prairie.
All right, let's see if Clinton Prairie can make a comeback.
If you look at that, they've been behind not nearly as much tonight as Sheridan has. And Sheridan showed a lot of fight in set one, coming from behind to win 27-25. And Clinton Prairie's had a scare from Sheridan several times, even though they've won 2 of these sets. Swan. And what a return that was by Parkin. What a game she's had.
Yes, she has.
And point for Sheridan.
Again, just using the block. Went right back at him. They're fighting. Both sides are this is fun.
It is. Sheridan's won 3 of the last 4 points. Yep, I think it's too many hits there. Clinton Prairie the point.
Bottom of the net, it's just, and especially if it's dropping straight down towards the net. Because a lot of times a player goes for it, has a net violation on the follow through.
Rupp put Kinsey Gardner in a tough spot, but Gardner came around to save it. Swan delivers, it got tipped. What a play by Parkin. And Wilson unable to get to it, and Sheridan gets to 10 first.
I think the middle has hit that spot many times. Again, elbow didn't go back, arm went straight up. She's not going for a swing, she's going for a placement.
Serve by Garner. Point for the Blackhawks. So a service ace. That is her 4th service ace this evening. And again, they go on a run whenever she serves.
Just got to continue to hold that service.
Parkin. Hit over by Wilson. This time, Clinton Prairie puts an end to that.
That was nice. She dropped her left shoulder a little bit. She rotated and hit the line. And that's a tough shot because she was off the net a little bit.
Katie Marcinko Chapman serving for the Gophers. Parkin right to Marcinko Chapman, and then Parkin tries to get it back over, and her position was not ideal there.
No, she went up to block. She can hit it again, but she went off to attack with one hand. Well, it depends on the official you have.
Right, that's true. Big thanks to both of our officials tonight, Barry Nickerson and Bill Westfall. That is ruled out.
Sometimes you get lucky.
Marcinko Chapman putting a nice run together for Clinton Prairie. Right where the defense wasn't, and Parkin gets the kill.
The set was outside the antenna. You can tell how she had to change her approach. Change her approach, just hitting it and just trying to get it around the antenna and found the hole.
Wilson able to slap it over. Nice play there by Ellie Bretnacher to keep it alive. And that play pays dividends because it allows Clinton Prairie to get, well, are they saying it was tipped? No. It's point.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
It was point for Clinton Prairie. Well, the officials were making me think they were changing the call there. But either way, Clinton Prairie back within 2.
Yes. And a great serve.
And they get a service ace.
Okay, so they're coming from behind. This is fun.
Yep. This just goes to show you how much volleyball can change in the blink of an eye. Clinton Prairie has led most of the evening in all the sets. They've won the last 2, 25-22, but Sheridan took the first one, 27-25. Parkin. Wilson saw it and got it. Hit over by Wilson. Krupp leaves it for Parkin. Hits it down the line, but Clinton Prairie's defense stands tall. That one was too hard from Hiley Wilson. That gives Sheridan the lead back to 2.
But one thing I like about how you have to come from behind sometimes, that's a life lesson. You never, ever quit. And it could change in a blink of an eye, or it could be the next set.
Right.
But this is what sports, especially high school sports, does for kids.
Clinton Prairie is down by 2, but they've had 2 of the last 3 points go their way. Parkin tries to change that, and she does. Seems like every time Sheridan's needed a big play, they tend to get it from Trinity Parkin. 5'10" outside hitter, junior.
She's pretty good.
She is.
And smart. I mean, she's hitting some smart shots right now.
And she is approaching 200 kills on the year. Parkin again. Nice play by Wilson to keep it there. Parkin has it hit right back to her. And nice little touch shot there by Hiley Wilson.
That was smart. The double block, watch, good block, actually single block, and just kind of tipped it over between 2 players.
And Sheridan just seemed out of position that whole time there.
First ball contact, too tight to the net. So just focus on first ball contact. And if you have to, pass the ball high, 8 to 10 feet. I mean, we had some kids that could serve lights out, so we just didn't try to.
Service ace for Clinton Prairie ties this up. And Sheridan will go ahead and call a timeout to talk this one over. And while they do that, we'll remind you about South Fork Restaurant, dine in or carry out. The South Fork Restaurant's known for daily lunch and dinner specials, fresh, never frozen, whole catfish, hand-battered tenderloins, and award-winning onion rings. The kitchen's open Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Come join them, 105 South Glick Street in Mulberry, or visit southforkpub.com for their latest menu options. It is 14 all here in set number 4. If Clinton Prairie takes care of business and wins this one, then they take the match. If Sheridan is able to win this one, then they force a pivotal 5th set where the match will be decided.
And again, I keep saying first ball. That's how Nebraska beat Stanford, first ball contact. You know, Stanford could not get into rhythm at all. Oh my gosh.
That is the 3rd time tonight that when one coach has called a timeout, the other team has followed it up with a service error.
Congratulations, Coach Jump.
Coach Melissa Jump with that timely timeout. And Trinity Parkin, one of her best servers, takes control, and I put the jinx on her right after I say that. Service error. Back-to-back service errors. Tie us up at 15.
10-point game.
Haven Wilson was serving, and out of that, they get the point. Now, a few times tonight, when she's been serving, Clinton Prairie's gone on a run.
Absolutely. Oh, yes.
Trying to serve that again. Played well by Adams. And Abby Swan hits it right to Parkin. That one out of play and point to Clinton Prairie.
Kipper watch, nice swing. Didn't get the platform to the ball. Didn't get around the ball to bring it back to her side of the net.
Haven Wilson almost had a service ace there. Parkin got it. One of her teammates, Alexandria Pickard, gets the key kill there for Sheridan.
She's just tip left, tip right, or there you go, tip left, tip right. There was someone there, but she's been scoring points tipping to her right.
Yep, she has. Serve from Valerie Adams. And battle at the net, won by Sheridan.
Overpass, kill.
And that kill goes to Kinsey Garner. Ties us up at 18. Shelby Eaton goes back to serve here for Sheridan. Well done by Garner to get it across. And in or out? They say out.
All right. It was out.
And Sheridan has scored the last 3 to retake the lead. Adams serves. Swan able to hit it back there, but Krupp defends. And Haven Wilson was out of position, but is able to save it there. And well done. The kill goes to Bethany Adams.
Again, that was a nice little shot. Watch. 2 hands. You have to go 2 hands for on the ball. Even if your ball's in front, you just do what's called a collapse dig. All right, this is fun.
Yep, so Clinton Prairie calls a timeout. They've gone from being up 17-15 to now being down 19-17. So what do they need to fix here, Gene, in this timeout?
Prairie?
Yes.
First of all, the hitters need to transition off the net. That's why they're not taking healthy swings. They're all inside the 10-foot line. And if the balls pass off the net, maybe get a little bit farther away. So that's what I would do. Front line needs to transition off and take healthy swings. I mean, you can only tip so much. You might see Sheridan again. Show them that you can hit the dang ball.
What do you think you need to do if you're Sheridan here?
Serve aggressively.
They've been doing that recently. Krupp. This time, after Adams got a big kill earlier, couldn't get it over that time.
Didn't take a healthy swing, didn't jump, kind of place the ball. You know, at least hit the ball deep. Make them, the front line transition off the net a little bit more.
Ellie Brettnacher to serve. And you can bet if she ends up converting this, the fans will let them know that she's a freshman. Wilson, offline on that. Able to keep it alive, though. Marcinko Chapman was the one that threw off the Sheridan defense there. 19 all.
Wait. Oh, they didn't do, if she gets an ace, she's a freshman.
Yeah.
Okay. Game to 6. This is fun.
Hard to get an ace if you're hitting it to Parkin.
It is, isn't it?
With the way Parkin's played. Swan tips it back. Had it hit right back to her. Marcinko Chapman, good job by her keeping it alive. Big swing by Garner. Swan goes back there, but hits it out.
Yes. The ball was still in front of her right shoulder. If you watch this, it needs to cross her center line, and that she has a little bit more control over it then. So step away, ball crosses, good to go.
Swan to the other side now. It's like she was playing on the right side of our screen, so they moved her back to the other side.
She was in serve receive, so the ball crossed her body.
Yep.
She was able to take a swing. Game to 5.
Krupp was the one who hit it over. From libero to libero there. Krupp that time lunges, tries to make a play. Clinton Prairie retakes the lead.
This is fun.
It has been. Abby Swan is now serving. Right to Parkin. And got it.
Okay, watch her transition. Outside the 10-foot line, up, hit the ball, midline of her body. A little bit more wrist action, but she kept the ball in front of her, which is good.
Abby Swan with 20 service aces on the year, and she'll be continuing to serve when Sheridan is done talking things over as they call a timeout. 22-20. It was Clinton Prairie who won this last year, and then they won it in 3 sets this year in a tournament. Now they battle them in the conference. And keep in mind, if Clinton Prairie wins this, they stay at 2. They go to 2-0 in conference play, and Sheridan drops to 3-2. So Sheridan has played a lot more matches than Clinton Prairie, but it feels like, Gene, Clinton Prairie is coming on as of late.
They are. There's some still things to tweak, and I'm sure that Coach will get it all fixed. But I like how they're playing together as a team.
Right there, good find by Garner.
I think the coach, I'm going to give the coach credit, Coach Jump.
Mm-hmm.
She called it, set so-and-so, deep line, just push it deep line.
Right.
I'm trying to give credit to coaches since I had retired coach.
There you go. Garner serves, and another service ace from her 5th of the night. And remember, you got to win by 2. Sheridan trying to force that 5th set. Garner lets it fly. And a response by Clinton Prairie. Brett Knocker gets it done there.
Okay, no fear. Again, transition, elbow hit, elbow was high, contact point was high.
Marcinko Chapman is the server for Clinton Prairie. Garner right to Marcinko Chapman. And that one deflected. Krupp tries to get it. Fight at the net. It's hit backwards. Krupp again. What a rally this is. And the play at the net, perfect for Bethany Adams. Ties it up at 23.
Both teams are just competing. They don't want this to end, and it ends with the block. That was wonderful.
Nova Cross now serves. Krupp back to get it. They try to get it to Parkin, but Wilson, the libero, a great job there. And right move for Hailey Wilson. Found the hole in the defense. It is match point.
Okay, watch the bench. Yes, and the excitement from the team. That's the most I've seen from Clinton Prairie bench and team. Yet this.
And a service error to tie it up at 24.
We get to play a little bit longer. Okay, look who's serving.
Krupp. Another player that's helped Sheridan go on some runs here. Tracked down by Garner, but she couldn't get it across. And Clinton Prairie has match point again. Do they get it done, or does Sheridan keep it going?
I think underhand serve is in order right now.
Heather Shaw, the head coach for Prairie, telling her to calm down as she serves. Garner up in the air, but Krupp is there. And that one goes way out of play, and Clinton Prairie gets it done in a hard-fought match here tonight. 26-24 in set 4, and they win it 3-1 after beating Sheridan 2-1 in a tournament earlier this year. And we got to name our Frankfort Eagles Clinton County Player of the Game. We'll do, I'll tell you what, Gene, I think we're going to go ahead and go with Abby Swan on this.
I would. She stayed aggressive, yes.
Yeah, I mean, how many times did we see Abby Swan with big kills near the net that made Sheridan's life difficult?
Absolutely.
And, she already came in this season, did Swan, with 20 service aces, averaging 5 kills a set, got so many key hits in this one, and she is our Clinton County Player of the Game, brought to you by the Frankfort Eagles, serving the community since 1905, FOE.com. Gene, your final thoughts on what was an outstanding volleyball match here?
Well, neither team gave up.
Right.
So you make the comeback. It's not easy. So these are two teams that are learning a great deal right now, and the growth is going to, I think, be substantial. It was errors, but at the end, it was, we're going to battle. We're going to battle. Right. They didn't quit. And that's what I like.
You've got more volleyball coming up tomorrow, right?
I do.
On the
I'm
IHSAA
so
Sports Network.
Yes.
She and Sean Walker will be at Frankfort. Tune into that one. And that's coming up tomorrow on the ISC Sports Network. Before we go, want to thank our broadcast sponsors for tonight. Eagles number 976, Frankfort Eagles. They are people helping people. By Day and Genda Funeral Home, proud supporters of high school athletics in Clinton and Carroll County. By the healthy communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice. And by Mulberry Telecommunications, Mintel Fiber Services, offering the best gig in town. For my partner, Gene Kesterson, I'm John Herrick. Thanks to Sean Walker and our entire crew as well. It was Clinton Prairie getting it done in 4 sets. They defeat Sheridan 3-1. You have been watching high school volleyball on the ISC Sports Network.
Frankfort Eagles 976 has bingo every Wednesday night. Early birds beginning at 6 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 7 p.m. Packets are $25 and includes every game you need to play. They also have Saturday bingo the first Saturday of every month, with early birds starting at 4 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 5 p.m. Big game payouts each game with 3 to 4 chances to win different jackpot games each day. Great for individuals or groups because everyone enjoys winning.